that sound.
You care to tell them what you're doing? Or?
We're reinforcing the feet for our gantry for lifting large peak components and molds.
Such as this wing mold,
Such as the wing and the spar. And the fuselage eventually.
Okay. You want to tell them who you are, big guy?
My name is Cady. I'm a corporate pilot and lead bottle washer.
He's modest. He procures shit. Yeah, he's the procurement officer, and he's the builder of things like this, you know, and like that. Yeah.
Our procurement specialist.
Yes, he is.
And about a 10,000-hour pilot.
Yep.
And we've known each other since like 4th grade.
Yeah.
Junior brother. Yep. So yeah, 5 years ago I came back here and decided to finish this project at home, where it began. With a little help from my friends and my family and my dad's support. And yeah, we're hoping to have something by this summer. Won't be done, but
Be close.
be close. It'll look like something.
Yeah. It already looks
So-
like.
Oshkosh 2025.
Oshkosh 2040.
40.
Oshkosh 2050. Oshkosh, by the time we're dead. They did not have the elbows, sadly. They had everything but the elbows, so I'm going to have to go forge. Yeah, I don't know. We can't really move on with this part of the project till I get you those elbows. But come on, Dad, let's go look at let's see what's on the printer. All right, well, the printer is hard at work again. I had to do a little maintenance on it. It needed some lubrication. Anyway, I tried to do a print, but I had the parameter set up wrong, and it had just the skin of the wall. You can do it in a way that just shows the outside skin and it stacks it up. But yeah, that's useless. So I'm doing it again, and this is a 27-hour print right now. So I'll come check on it tomorrow. This is the second revision on the intake manifold for fit. This is a half of it, and I will put it up there, and we'll just check and verify dimensions. Now, I finished the model, and then I sent it out. I had it quoted at Xometry, and in nylon 12, it's about $1,000. In Ultem, it's about $1,800. So I'm contemplating which of those two materials I will use. I think I can't cost justify the Ultem. I think I'll probably just do it in the nylon. It will take the temperature. It has a glass transition temperature of 300. That should be good enough. If we get above 300 degrees, we got other problems. And then I'll wrap it in a couple plies of carbon. We'll post-cure it. Resin system I use will post-cure all the way out to 350. So I'll reinforce it, and then we'll seal it with a high-temp epoxy, and Bob's your uncle. So it's the same. Here, we can go over here, Dad. That's actually up on the computer. So this is the intake manifold. This is the second version, and did a little work with the bolt interfaces. And then for me to get this to print on my printer, I have to cut it in half. All right, so we're printing this right now.
So that's what's going on in the printer right now. It's making that.
It is making this right now in. This is the Luban SnapMaker Luban software. This is the CAM part of it. This is the CAD portion of it, and I'm using Ashlar Vellum Cobalt. And this is where I create the geometry, and then we process the geometry in here to make the 3D print. And this is set up for this particular machine. This is the build space. It's pretty straightforward stuff. We're about to we're going to do something for Cady's work. They want to have some cups laser engraved. We have that capability. I bought the 4th axis for this thing, so we're going to set that up on the laser when all of this is done, and then we'll make them some custom merch. It'll be fun. It'll be a nice, fun project. And as a thank you for them letting us have that battery. Anyway, that's kind of what's going on right now. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put up lighting rails. I went bought some pipe, and we're going to install these. This is a whole side quest as of about 5 years ago. I designed and built these, and then did a production run of about 6 of them. Don't ask me why. It was a side quest. I have those in here, and we're going to hang them up. And that way we have complete.
You can change to any color you want there.
Yeah, I can change the colors. We can change the intensity.
Like my basement.
It's just like your basement, Dad. Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be a rave in
I
here.
only used it once to show everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we have them. They're gathering dust, so we're gonna use them.
Good. Yeah, that'll be nice.
Okay, so that's kind of what's going on today at the old Shop-O-Matic. I did get some stuff in. This is the 30 millimeter shaft.
Is that the shaft that's going to drive the?
Well, this goes onto this shaft.
Yeah. Okay. That's not the Corvette shaft, right?
No, this is the central shaft that this spins on, and it's 30 millimeters, and it's set up for 30 millimeter spindle bearings, which made into here. And this is the fan basically put together. I have to drill the holes, so I have to make a drill fixture to get those holes in. But this is the fan assembled with the blades. Some of these blades are not flight worthy. A couple of them are overweight, and this one is just not usable. It was
Still
the prototype.
A little design going on here.
Well, the weights need to be right. Okay, if the weights are not right, it means there's something wrong. Okay, so they have to be within, and then they have to balance. So
come apart otherwise, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's significantly over, sometimes you buy a part on weight because if you know your material properties, if you assign a weight value to it, it's a really easy way to make sure that things are correct. And so these, when they weigh, there's a couple one that's heavy and one that's light, which indicates to me that I have a ply too much in one and a ply too light in the other. So those are going to get rejected. I'll remake them. Then they get balanced, and then they'll get paired up. And they'll get paired up across each other. And then we'll balance the whole thing. But yeah, that's the name of that tune. Anyway, work's progressing. This goes onto the shaft. This is a 1-inch hole. It's got to get bored out to 30 millimeter. It gets slid on, and then it's cross bolted. All right. That's about it, I think, for this week.
Okay.
Cady, do you have anything to add?
No, we'll bring the show here in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our gantry system here uses electric winches to lift up our various pieces of cargo, and we quickly discovered that a standard car battery was simply not strong enough, didn't have enough amps. So we had some spare batteries laying around my business that were no longer usable for aircraft, but are perfectly good batteries. This is a 24 volt, 1300 amp aircraft battery, which will step down to 12 volts, and that'll bring it to roughly 2600 amps. That will allow us to run these winches without difficulty.
All right. So why was this pulled out of the airplane?
When they put it on put a load meter on it, they couldn't pull the 1,000 amps out of it.
And so what airplane is this coming out of?
It's coming out of a Merlin aircraft, which uses Garrett engines, and they require 1,000+ amps in order to start.
Right. That's the starter gen, or is it?
It's a start gen on them. And we actually have 2 of these in the aircraft to start the engines.
1,000 amps, a lot of amps.
Oh yeah, it's.
That's the
like minimum.
That's the minimum
You lick
amps.
your fingers and cross.
Yeah.
And that's a big NiCad, isn't it?
No, this is actually a lead acid.
Okay.
So
yeah, okay.
that's why it freaking weighs.
Right. Half a ton.
But this will solve our energy. We'll put a trickle charger on it, and it will solve our power problems for our crane.
We got it hooked up to this jumper pack, which does work, but it does not like it. So, Cady procured some stuff. His work gave it to him for us. But yeah, sometimes that's how we get stuff around here.
Have to dispose of it.
Yeah, that way they don't have to dispose of it. It becomes our hazmat problem.
Yeah. Fancy military term for swing.
We're needing some poor fool on the side of the ship so we can get paid.
All right. So Cady here is making a swing that I call a bosun's chair, but he's calling it a swing because he forgot his rigging gear. And, it just makes more sense to, if we're going to go to the top of this thing, well, we have a winch. We might as well use it as opposed to getting on top of a ladder. This is Sketch Factor 3, as opposed to Sketch Factor 8.
Of course, it's all OSHA safe.
That's all OSHA safe.
All you'll see.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
We have our own. We have our own scale here.
A secure device to me.
Right.
Nothing shady about this.
Right. We try and keep her around Sketch Factor 3 to 5.
That's right. It's amazing you guys lived to this long in your 50s, really. But I'm proud of you for having.
Well, thanks, Dad. I mean,
Yeah.
You. The apple did not fall far from the tree.
Yeah, but your father was pretty broken up when you came along.
That is true. You had lived. You were to your last life.
Yeah, I had a couple of failures.
Of the 9 lives,
Still
by the time you had 5 kids, you'd spent 8 of them. Yeah.
Fortunately, they didn't damage that part.
No, they did not.
Which is the first thing I felt when I came to in the hospital.
Like, okay, all right, that part's good.
That's enough of that, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll sign off for the week.
This went to PG, went to X-rated immediately.
That's right. All right, I'm going to head to the store. That'll be enough for this week.
Are you getting in that thing, Cady?
I will, eventually.
Yeah. Well, wait till we'll take a picture of it. We gotta all be here when he.
Yeah, we have to verify.
We can't let him get in it without something to see how that winch holds up and doesn't come ripping off of there. See how well you guys bolted that shit up. Yeah.
It better not. It is bolted through.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have a death wish.
Over down there where Costco's at and stuff?
Yes.
That's a hell of a shopping center. I'll be damned. So she got the rope. Good girl. Good girl. Excellent. You should forage when you get a chance. You know what I mean? It's like when I captured that North Vietnamese. I took his money. I showed it to him and stuffed it in my pocket. It was 35 American dollars. That's why when I saw, it was a comedian that showed it, said, I'm going to keep this. I thought, that is right out of my fucking playbook. Yeah. Can't go back in until you get a prisoner. And there he was, like a gift from God. That's why when the colonel asked me what he was saying, I said, I don't know. I couldn't understand a word he said, even though his English was perfect.
Couldn't understand it.
Well, you know what? It's mano y mano.
You know what? Understand a word he said with that.
That's right. I said, I couldn't understand a word. Mano y mano, huh? It was man to man, and we had our thing, and that's it. The rest of them didn't belong in there. They come flying in a helicopter. Fuck you. They never asked us to take another one, no. So, point made. But I kept his $35. Well, I had to split it with the guys, which is the thing,
Right.
I mean, I don't even know where we spent it. You couldn't spin it anywhere. I mean, they got lost in the pants or blowing up or something, but we always took their money. Just sort of a fuck you. You know? All right, Cady, we're making talk till we see you get in the boss's chair.
Vietnam story hour, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, yeah, you guys may be in your
Yeah,
50s,
yeah.
but right now you're both in 6th grade, you know, and so am I. Yeah, yeah. We see this bitch winch you up. We're here for that, you know.
All right.
All right, it's getting close.
Looks like a swing.
Yeah, looking good, Cady. Good job.
All right,
Yeah,
you want to do
yeah,
it, or you want me to take one for the team?
Yeah.
Take
Well,
one.
all right, easy, easy, easy,
Whoa, easy, big lad.
Easy.
Hey, you got
easy.
that?
You know what? That kind of works. Here, Dad, hold this.
All right.
Okay, which one is that?
It's labeled R1.
R1?
Went to great effort to label them.
Yes, you did. Okay, stand by. I think that would be L1. Nope.
There he goes.
There it is. He doesn't like it.
He doesn't.
He likes the down. All right.
Yeah, all right.
Nice job.
Yeah, it's a good job. It works. Works good. It's good for 3 feet. Yeah.
All right. That's enough for this week, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
If Cady's still alive next week,
You got a pair of jumper tails? I'll show you how to make those things
pretty
run up
good.
and down.